Hey there, welcome to Coffee with Connie, the afternoon version. I'm Connie Foote with Foote Title Group. Hope you guys are having a great day today. At Foote Title Group, we protect your home ownership. I know I'm a little off schedule today, and I'm sorry about that. Sometimes vacation things get in the way, but I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about something that I've had come up a lot recently, and I wanted to make sure that we were still on track and talking to each other. Sorry about the background noise. Apparently something must be going on crazy locally. So I wanted to talk about something that recently has come up a lot in our business. Hey there, John. How are you? So I usually talk about things that buyers are dealing with, and today I wanted to talk about some things that sellers are dealing with. So if you have a home and you decided to take out a home equity line to buy a car, buy a house, put your child through college, a lot of different things that you could do with that equity line. So if you decided to do that, you borrowed some money out of your equity because let's say that you paid down your mortgage a little bit and that you actually had the ability to grab some money out of your house to help subsidize some of these expenses you may have. Now you're going to actually go to sell your house and somebody's bringing up, hey, you've got this equity line that needs to be taken care of. And you say, well, gosh, wait a minute, I didn't realize that taking that loan to buy that car, to put my daughter through college, to do some of these things I needed to do, that I was going to have to address this when we went to sell our house. This is a problem. I didn't even know this. And so you're saying I have to pay this loan off and I have to get it removed from my property? Hey there, Chip. How are you? Hi, Angela. Hey, Karen. How are you today? Thanks so much for you all checking in. I really appreciate it. And thanks for sharing our video. I really appreciate that too. So when you sell your house, any mortgages or loans or liens or things that you've secured with your home have to be paid off and have to be removed from the ownership of that property before you can actually sell that property. So even if, let's say for example, you took it out an equity line to put your daughter through college and you paid off that equity line, but you never went through the process with the bank to get that equity line released from the ownership of your property, that's something that's got to be taken care of before you can actually sell your property. So I know that sounds a little crazy, but you've got a mortgage that's secured against that property, and if we don't get that released from the ownership of the property, then when the new buyer purchases it, then there's a bank that has a secure interest in that property, and if you went and borrowed some more money against that equity line later, not realizing that the home was the security, now the buyer owns a piece of property that the buyer has a mortgage against that they have nothing to do with. So something definitely that needs to be addressed. So if you went to your bank, Bank of America, PNC, Old Line Bank, BB&T, any of those things, and you actually borrowed some money to do some other things, maybe some home improvements, maybe you wanted to do some things to your house, maybe you wanted to borrow some equity out of that property to buy a boat or a second home, those kind of things. Those kinds of things, not what you're borrowing it for, but that loan that you borrowed maybe from your bank, grab some of that equity out of the house to be able to use that, that is a lien against your property and will need to not only be paid off when you sell your home, but has to be released and removed and that line closed so that that mortgage is not secured against that property and doesn't cause the new buyer any problem with that loan being secured against their house that they've purchased. So just because you have that loan and you didn't use it for that particular home, if it's secured against that property, it has to be paid off, it has to be removed from that property and be closed. More than likely it has to be closed. Now, some banks may let you move that security interest from the house that you're selling to a new home, but that's something you have to talk about with them because it will have to be paid and released and removed from the ownership of the property that you're selling. Otherwise, you can't sell that property because the buyer is not going to want to purchase a piece of property that you have a mortgage on that you could potentially pull more money out of or borrow against that line any other time. So don't be surprised if you have one of those kind of equity lines when you get ready to go to closing, if you didn't disclose that because maybe you didn't understand, if you didn't tell the company that's doing that closing that you had that loan and that it was paid off and you have the information, then they may be asking about it and it could hold up closing to get a payoff, to get a zero balance statement and to get a release from that lender to be able to get that closing taken care of. So hopefully I gave you guys something maybe different to think about. Maybe you didn't understand that. I try to talk about all things with respect to real estate several times during the week to give you guys some information. But sometimes, you know, we come across things that are a little bit different that maybe you're not thinking about, or maybe, you know, I haven't thought about in a while because we haven't seen that come up. But these are some things that are happening recently that people don't necessarily understand. And when you're selling the property, some of these things come up that you have to deal with. So if you've borrowed money against your property that wasn't originally to buy that property, you may more than likely need to do something with that loan before you can actually sell that piece of property. So let us know if you have any questions or something we can help you with. We're always available and want to help you do that. Hey Kim, how are you? Hey Phil. Hi Pam. So hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. I'm sorry I came to you a little bit later today, but I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in. If you found any of the information we talked about valuable, please share it with other people you know on your Facebook page, because they may be thinking about this stuff too. Or maybe they haven't thought about it and they need to know about it. So I really appreciate you sharing. Sorry for being a little bit late. One other thing, remember there's lots and lots of resources on our website. If you're selling your home, go to foottetitlegroup.com, go to the seller tab, and go to the resources tab. There's a seller guide. There's all kinds of information there that can help you if you're selling. There's also a buyer tab and a realtors and lenders tab as well. And if you're a title company, or you know somebody that's a small title company that wants to join our group of sharing information and how we can better talk to consumers, bit.ly/small-title-company-marketing, and they can join the group, the LinkedIn group that we have there. So hope you guys have a fantastic day. I look forward to talking to you all the time. Let me know if you have any additional questions, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.